Okay, I think we're about ready. Let's begin. Welcome everyone I haven't greeted yet. 253 names now. Welcome to goodness. Nature is just beautiful right now. Another stunning day, the sun shining, the birds singing. Welcome to life. So take a deep breath in and just soak all this in, gather it into yourself. And breathe out. Feel that you're drawing it into your heart. Place it there. Breathe in. Gather in the sounds and sensations of this day. And as you breathe out, feel like you're really sensing and feeling them with this whole body. And then breathe in, open wide, embrace what is here, and breathe out. Settle your hands at your heart in Anjali Mudra, so prayer position. This is our last day of Malasana flow, our yogic squats. And so as we prepare, as we center ourselves for our practice, just beginning to breathe in for 5. Breathing out, saying to yourself, yum, yum, the Bija mantra of the heart. We'll activate the heart first. Malasana also activates our Muladhara, our base chakra. So the in breath is for 5. And the out breath is yum. Just say the feel of that out breath. As we practice today, as we activate the heart, we remember that our practice is to honor our bodies, to take in the good that's already here within us, to celebrate the beauty of this sacred vehicle you've been given for your life. And very simply, a quote from the Buddha today: if you wish to know the divine, feel the wind on your face and the warm sun on your hand. If you wish to know the divine, feel the wind on your face and the warm sun on your hand. And so in other words, we're really taking in what's all around us, reveling in this beautiful nature that we were born into, this earth, Mother Earth, and feeling our connection to all that is. And also it reminds us to be present in our bodies. Wish to know the divine, feel it all around you and within you. Malasana is where we bow to the divine within us. So I invite you to create an intention for your practice today. Perhaps one that honors the divine within you. Because when you feel it in yourself, you begin to see it in everyone and everything. You attune yourself to the divine. And then taking a deep breath in, lift to the sky. Opening wide. And let's come to standing first here, activate, and then we'll come back down to a few floor poses to get ready for Malasana. And we've got a little song today. Nope, I don't want that. Hang on. Here we go. and get warmed up. So come down onto your back, bend your knees, and then bring your legs up into happy baby pose. Just make sure this is swapped over. And then holding either your, there we go, holding your calves, holding your ankles. Beautiful. I should be swapped over to my headphones now. And in happy baby, starting to warm up the legs. So give your lower back a little massage, rolling your legs around. And the other way. Just starting to feel this wide leg position. So take your hands to the inside of your knees. And the legs are as straight as is comfortable, and you're just letting them roll side to side. So think of it more as massaging your back and letting gravity start to loosen up these inner thighs. And then let them be a real roll side to side till that foot touches the ground, that your hands are keeping the knees wide apart. And then bringing the legs back together, bring the knees into the chest, give them a good squeeze, and then bringing the feet down, and then flattening the low back. Press the pelvis away, so you're just tilting, doing these pelvic tilts that start to tune us into eye low back. And then next time you flatten, hold it there so you've got a little bit of firmness there, and then straighten that right leg. And then lift it to the sky. Slow and steady, and there should be a real sense of firmness. So the focus is on breathing and feeling this lower back, feeling nice and supported by your lower abdominals, this natural deep core strength you have. If this is too strong with your legs straight, just bend the knee. So it's the knee coming up and down instead of the whole weight of the leg. So it's a little bit less of a challenge for your core. And then hold the leg towards the sky. Give a little rub to the back of the leg, a tap to your hamstring. And then hang on to that leg and take your right arm out to the side and let this leg flop over into a twist. Again, if it's too strong with the leg straight, just bend the leg. Keep it soft for you. We're still waking up. So if your body wants a bit more waking up, and keep everything nice and soft. And then give a little rub to the outer thigh, up into the hip. Just starting the day with love. If you truly knew and experienced the divine within you, you want to be so loving and kind to yourself and to your body. Lovely. And then take that right arm up on a diagonal, stretch through it. I'm still holding onto my hip and stretching through my fingertips. Get long, breathe in. And then breathe out, bend that right leg, it's not already bent, and come back to center and do a quick little roll side to side. Lovely. And then bring the right foot down. Left leg extends to the sky. Remember that firmness here through the lower abdominals, the low back, either pressing strongly into the ground or just a bit of firmness, but there's a bit of soft, there's a bit of opening the low back too. So in other words, and then we're going to start to lower that left leg and straighten. If that's too strong, bend the knee. So in other words, with our low back, really what we want is a neutral position with the spine, which would mean there'd be just a gentle curve there. So you could nearly get your fingertips under your low back when you're laying here. But if you know that there is some instability or vulnerability around the low back and you want to protect it a little bit more, then you press firmly down.
so that the back is flattening against the ground. And you can just play with that. Feel what that's like, feel what it's like to let that go a little bit, and then do what feels most nurturing for your body. Trust yourself. You're the expert in your own body, and keep this movement slow. Even I'm going a little bit too fast. The slower you go, the more you're really engaging those deep core muscles to control this movement. And let's do one more. Down and up, and then hold it there. Give a little tap. Hamstrings. Press the heel towards the sky. Waking up gently along it. Try to touch the ceiling without letting your low back leave the ground. And then taking the hand to the outside, left arm out as a counterbalance. Take it across your body. You could support it if you do on the inside of the knee, so it comes over slowly. You need your block there or your cushion or whatever to hold your foot. Support yourself. Learn to really give that love and nurture to your body. And breathe here. And again, if that's too strong with the legs straight, then you could bend the knee. And then rubbing, tapping, massaging up along your iliotibial band, into your bottom, maybe up to the lower back. A lot of people have really tight iliotibial bands that span along the outer thigh. Give that a nice massage. The hip, you'll know it once you start really nurturing. The body will tell you where to give that attention. And then take the left arm up on a diagonal, palms facing up. Stretch through. You may want to be looking at it as much as is comfortable for your neck. Stretch. My hands still on my hips. I'm kind of pulling in opposite directions. Breathe in. And breathe out. Bend the knee and come back to center. Beautiful. Cross the ankles and roll yourself along the spine. Back and forth. If that's not comfortable, we're just going to come up and meet at sitting. And then coming up, soles of the feet touch. Fold forward into butterfly position. Oh, doesn't that feel nice on the hips? If you like, taking your elbows to press down the knees just gently, if that feels good. If that doesn't feel good, just let it be what it is. Just let gravity draw them down. And then let's do some cat-cow here. So breathe in, drop the shoulders, lift the heart, look forward. Breathe out, let yourself roll down and chin tuck right into the throat. Lengthen the back. Breathe in, shoulders stay back. Head lifts, heart lifts. Breathe out, roll forward and tuck the chin. One more, breathe. Pull those shoulders back as you lift the heart and look forward. Make yourself long through the crown of your head. And breathe out. Roll down. And then press into the feet or the knees, rise up, roll back again. Another little massage along the spine. I think this is just so beautifully stimulating for all those long postural muscles, your rectus spinae muscles, waking them up this morning. And then next time as you roll up, you're going to come up with wide legs. Take them wide, or open them wide. Give a little shake. And then press the heels away. Give them a little shake. Sit up nice and tall. Press into your fingertips. Roll those shoulders back. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Let yourself fold forward. Hands come with you. Stay there. And once again, lift the heart. Look forward. Drop the shoulders back. Breathe out. Flow down. Now, if it's too much with your arms extended, just have your elbows on the ground. Support yourself where it feels right. Breathe in. Shoulders back. Heart lifted. Breathe out, fold down, and then tuck the chin again. In,
We're doing a lot with gravity here just to open up these inner thighs. Start to loosen up the hips. And out. And then coming up, in breath, arms overhead. Stretch up and just a little tick-tock. It's another one of my favorite movements. I feel like I say that for just about every movement. It just feels good to be good to our bodies, but it's really about making this space. I like this feeling of making space to the ribs, to the diaphragm, really improving your posture to be able to stand tall with so much less effort because these muscles are activated. And then look up to the sky and breathe out. So we're going to meet it standing. If you want to challenge and see where you're at with your core, then bring the legs together, cross your ankles, doesn't matter which one's forward, and see if you can come up without using your hands. If you're not there yet, just keep working towards it. Give everything a little shake. And then feet are in Tadasana. And we breathe in, and we start to come through our flow. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, rinsing out. It's like getting sleep out of your eyes, washing your face in the morning. Rinsing out, forwards. Right leg comes back, low lunge, weight of those hip flexors. And lift to the sky, make it a Y shape. Say yes, feel the shoulder blades supporting that. And then and come into plank. Let's remember our serratus anterior here. So drop the chest, arms are straight, press up, drop the chest. Elbows aren't moving. They're staying locked there. The movement's coming through the shoulders. And then see if you can kind of roll your shoulders around. Again, the arms stay straight. This movement is just being initiated from the shoulders. And then roll in the opposite direction. Breathe in. And flow down. Big, long stretch from fingertips to toes. And then draw the arms in under the shoulders. Lengthen to the spine. Squeeze the ankles together. Throwing that heart forward and then drop the chin, breathe out. Hold there a moment. And just give a little kick to the legs. As if you're trying to kick your bottom. Feel how your quads activate there. And then let the legs come to rest. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out to the right. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out to the left. Breathe in forward and hold and kick the legs again. Touch that buttock muscle. And breathe and press strongly into elbows. And breathe out. Bring the hands underneath. Tuck your toes. Come all the way back into child's pose. Lengthen through the spine. Lovely. And then back into cat position. 3 cat cows. Always, always. These are on our list of spinal health. Activating our chakras. Getting all our prana flowing up and down the spine. And then bringing that right leg forward, the left leg stays back. Lift to the sky. And flow. Open into a Y shape. Feel the difference. Stretch your fingertips high. And flow. And smile to the sky. And flow down. Tuck the back toes to come to forward fold. Hands come up the backs of the legs. Drop the
crown towards the earth. Rub the back of the legs. Pause here a moment. And then cross that right leg over the left foot so the pinky toes are close together maybe. And a little sway side to side. So you could separate your legs if that feels nice. That kind of gets you more into that left hip, or keep them close together. See what that offers, maybe a little bit more in the hammies. And then leave the feet where they are. Knees are not locked. Uncurl the spine. Lift to the sky. And sway side to side here. Challenging balance a little bit and getting a different sort of stretch to the hips. And then uncross the legs, breathe in, breathe out, forward fold. Left foot comes in front of the right now, either pinky toes close or take the legs wide and sway. If you're not sure, just try each one and see what they offer and see which one feels better. There's a lot of nice play through that left knee. It's nice and bent. And then breathing in, uncurl the spine. Lift to the sky. And again, sway to the side and the other. Open the ribs. Smile and feel glorious in your body. And then open wide and roll those shoulders back and run them to your hands down the backs of your thighs as you do this. Drop the shoulders, let them come back. Imagine that you're just trying to feel down the backs of your thighs or wipe something off the backs of your thighs. Knees are bent. And then breathe and take the arms high. And forward, forward. 2 more times. And fold. And take that leg back. This time into high lunge, or you can keep it low. It's up to you. You're in high lunge, you're really pressing the legs away from each other and feeling that strength in the hip that's holding you up. And breathe in, wide shape, that yes to the divine within. Buddha has another quote I love about, you can search the whole world and there's no one more deserving of your love and affection than yourself. So we honor what's within us. One more, breathe in, hold here. And breathe out, let the hands come to the knees. Press that knee away, draw the shoulders back. Breathe. And then bring the hands down. And bring that leg in underneath. So the knee is underneath that hip. We're going to do our strength work here for the hips. So tuck the back toes. Breathe in, let the arms come up. As you lift that knee off the ground, breathe out. Hands come down in front of the heart. Breathe in. Lift, try to drop that knee a little bit lower so it's just hovering off the earth. And you can feel the quad and that left hip and knee trying to stabilize you here. Just drop it, it's so easy to make it come high. You should feel some warmth happening here. And down. Well done. Rise up and drop that back heel. You might need to step it in so you can get the heel down on the ground. Lift to the sky and pyramid forward fold. Pressing the leg feet away from each other as we flow up and down with the breath, and really keep that back leg, the back heel, pressing down to stretch into that calf muscle. And down. Now pause here a moment. Drop the head, tuck the chin, give the shoulders a little wiggle, and then draw that back foot in, 1 foot closer and bend the knee. Really press that right heel down. And then bring your hands out to the side. Spread your wings. Breathing in, flat back. Breathe out, fold. So the forward leg is straight. The back leg is bent. Pressing down quite determinedly with that right heel. I want to stretch deeper into that lower leg. And then bring your body around towards the right. Walk your feet further apart. How far will they go? Where you can still keep your pinky toes down on the ground. If you know you're quite tight in your inner thighs, you feel unsteady here, and I've got my chair close by. You can have your chair in front of you and use it. And then roll yourself down into a forward fold. Keep pressing those pinky toes down. Look to each foot and see if you've got a little bit of an arch happening on your inner arch. You want an arch there. And I can feel this stretching all down the outside of my calves and shins here. That's what we're looking for. Breathe here. Look side to side. Make it soft. And then walk your hands back towards that left leg. Roll it back. We're in plank now. Knees drop or not, you choose. And twist the hips side to side. Integration through the shoulders. Nothing's floppy here. It's all done with purpose. All done with intent. And then slowly lower yourself down. Well done. And so hold yourself here with the hands underneath the shoulders and just gently lift the chest off the mat. And then squeeze your ankles together and flex your toes. So the legs are just lifted, the shoulders just lifted. It's not a big movement. Breathe here and squeeze. Feel the glutes are engaged. You're not sure if they are, reach down and feel them. You want to feel that they're nice and strong. Breathe here and then breathe out. Relax everything. Take the arms down by your sides and look to the right. Breath in and out. And then bring that right leg up and just draw the heel into your bottom. And then squeeze the ankles together, flex the feet, hands under the shoulders. Shoulders are lifted, roll the shoulders back and down. Draw the elbows down the body, squeeze the ankles, squeeze your glutes. Feet are flexed, so that tells you how high your feet are off the mat so that your toes aren't on the ground. Breathe, your hands could be off the ground. Using all these beautiful long postural muscles. And then breathe out, relax, look to your left. And then bring that left heel into your bottom. Stretch the quad there. And bring the leg down. Press the hands into the earth. Draw yourself back, take the legs wide into wide leg child's pose and sink down. Stretch those fingertips forward, drop your heart to the earth, and there's a little sway side to side with hips, shoulders, arms loosen. Enjoy, try to drop your sacrum back towards your heels. And then breathing and rise up, tuck the toes, come into downward dog. Walk your feet out. And then take that right leg to the sky. Take it out to the side if you can. If not, just keep it towards the sky. And then back to the sky if it was to the side, and bring it down. Left leg to the sky. Stay here or take it straight out to the side. Hold for a breath. Take it back up if you have it out to the side. And down. And then walk your feet in towards your hands. Breathe in. Uncurl and lift. And breathe out. Chair pose, so swing the arms down and sink. Draw your bottom back. Look at your toes, they should be visible. Use your arms as a counterbalance. See if you can get a little bit lower. And then breathe in to stand. Breathe out. Circle them around. Sit into chair. Lengthen. Stand. Get strength. Look at your knees. Make sure they're hip width apart. They're not flopping in. You want them apart, but not flopping out either. And then shoot to standing. And down. One more time. Back into chair. Drop your bottom a bit more if you can. Squeeze your glutes to support that. Lengthen from fingertips in one direction, bottom in the other direction. And then shoot yourself up to standing. Well done. And breathe out, fold forward. Lift to the sky. Just a little rinse moment. Up and down. Upward salute, saluting the day. And bowing gratitude to what's here. So we come back into low or high lunge. You choose. You're in high, press the feet away. Open into that Y shape. And down gratitude. What's going well in your life? As you bow forward, just acknowledge that. This part of my life is good. And fold. And then hands to the earth. Bring that knee in underneath, straight underneath your hip. Tuck your back toes. Lift the knee. Bring the arms high. Breathe out. Hands to the heart. I am strong. Drop the knee a little bit. Feel that right leg supporting you. The active. I am stronger than I know. And getting stronger every day. Well done. Bring the hands down. And then drop that back heel. If you need to bring the foot in, I've had to bring mine in a little bit so I can get that left heel on the ground. Both legs are coming to straight, but knees aren't locked. And I rise up. There's my balance. Lift to the sky. And breathe out. That same rinsing movement we did, but now legs apart, a bit of balance happening. But more importantly for what we want today, pressing into that heel for some stretch into the lower calf. Last one. And then walk that back foot in, 1 foot length, and then bend the knee. Straighten that forward leg and extend the arms out. Airplane position. And fold down. Spread your wings. And fold. For the warmth of the sun today, remember it's such glorious spring weather. And feel the wind playing with your hair. And fold. Beautiful. And then straighten that leg. Bring that right leg back into plank. Squeeze your glutes and raise your right leg. And down. Left leg. If this is too strong, you could be in cat position, with the knee bent as you raise it. Straight. Lift. You want to squeeze those glutes as we do this. Squeeze and squeeze. Beautiful. And then fold yourself down onto the earth. Extend both arms long. Squeeze the ankles together and lift into locust. You're looking at the ground. Your toes are pointed, your arms are extended. It's like you're balancing on your belly button and your glutes are squeezing. Breathe. 2 more breaths and lift a bit higher. 1 more breath. And hands come under the shoulders. Tuck your toes. Come back into child's again. Knees together or apart. You choose. We've done both. Which one felt better? Dropping forward to the earth if you can. You feel that lengthening in your lower back. And then come back into a cat position. Tuck the toes. Up into dog. And press your heels down. This time, lift the left leg and bend it. Let's open that hip. Let it drop over behind you. 3 breaths here. If you want to make it a wild thing, that's part of your practice. Feel free to flip. You'll stay with those of you who don't do wild thing today. But look under your left armpit. And then that foot comes down. Right leg lifts. Bend the knee. Open. Twist. Look to your right. Flip it into a wild thing if that would feel amazing this morning. 2 more breaths. Just looking outside at all that beautiful light. Everything blooming. Feels so abundant. Bring the foot down and walk your feet in towards the hands. Breathe in. Rise to the sky. And breathe out. We'll come back into chair. You're either going to stay here in chair or you're going to lift that right leg and bring it forward. Still sitting back. So arms as you counterbalance so you can get your bottom down a bit. Breathe. If you're not doing this, you're in normal chair. Feel that strength in the standing leg. Squeeze your bottom. And then breathe and lift, hold that leg, bring it high if you can. And breathe out, open. Everything a little shake. We'll go to the other side. So breathe and lift. Arms. Bring yourself around to chair, hold it here, or lift the left leg. Spread the right toes, sink your bottom back, fingertips reaching forward. Sink a bit deeper if you can. Feel that strength in the right leg, the hip, the knee, the ankle, foot, active and strong. And then breathe in, rise up, lift that leg, take it with you if you can. And then breathe out. Well done. Little ragdoll, side to side. And I think we're ready for a bit of squatting. And so if you have your chair and you want that as your support, or I've got it rolled up, so I don't have to keep rolling at mine, mat, but you can just roll your mat in. I'll have both just so you can see. So we start with our legs wide, wider than your mat width. Look at this face, you can see. And I'm using the chair, or I can use a wall or a doorknob. Work out how wide you need to be for your lower legs, the knees to be directly, as much as possible, directly above the ankles. Have a little wobble side to side, kind of settle into this. Then you may want to bring the ankles in a bit closer. You want your feet flat on the ground and your knees opening, not flopping in. So I found a place where I can hold the chair, and that helps me press my elbows into my knees so I can open them out. Actually, this feels really good and supported. If it's really hard to get your ankles on the ground, That's where having cushions or your mat rolled up, I could have my heels. Ooh, that's even better. That feels really lovely and supportive. So with my heels a bit higher, that lets me sit up nice and tall even more. And my bottom's even starting to get in contact with that rolled mat as well. So I have even extra support. So wherever you are, if you can roll the shoulders back and lift the heart. So you're using these postural muscles we've been working on with our locust pose, our different forms of cobra and lifting up, working these muscles so that they can hold us lovely and upright in this challenging position. One more breath. Feel that low back, it's really opening up, it's so good. And then you're either going to come to forward fold to rise up, or you're going to press into your heels, use those hip muscles and rise up strong. You decide. Now keep the legs wide. We're coming into wood chopper. Hands touching, index fingers extended. Breathe out, chop through. Challenges. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see I'm keeping my back fairly straight. I'm not letting myself round forward. Flat back. Cutting through. All the BS, really, most of it comes from our own minds. Give everything a little shape. So we're going to do the same thing, but our feet together this time. So you may want the same setup. Like, it'd be really handy for me to have my heels on a cushion or on this mat. It makes it quite effortless to come down. If you're starting to challenge yourself, take yourself off that and try to keep your heels down and still stay in the squatting position. When I was first starting to teach myself to squat, I was actually pregnant, and I started with high heels. So I wear high heels, which gave me that lift through the heel. And then I found I could start to wear lower and lower heels until I could be in flats to do it. So we've got our knees together, sit up nice and tall in this way. And we're remembering our evolutionary biology. This is actually a natural way for our bodies to sit. It's so much healthier for our spine and hips and knees, and a healthier place to poo as well. But a little bit hard to do on our toes. So in just a moment, we're going to rise up. You're going to choose between coming to forward fold first and rising, or coming straight up. If you're going to come straight up, I'm interlacing my fingers, and then I'm going to follow those arms up to the sky, pressing the earth away. Wood chopper pose. So something that's challenging you now, maybe this gesture, it's a big mudra that says, I can use my vitality and will and work with the challenges of my life. Feels quite freeing, doesn't it? It's actually quite a nice way, dynamic way to build the squatting muscles and open wide. Now we're going to come into full Malasana. If you've had enough squatting, then come down onto the mat and do something else that you would prefer to do that would really honor your body. But otherwise, we're going to come down with legs together, but we're going to let the knees open while the feet stay close together. So I've got my chair to support me, or whatever you got supporting you. My big toes, my heels are touching. I'm pressing into my heels, but I'm letting my knees open wide. So I could stay here and keep my heart lifting. I could let go of my support and bring my elbows in and lift up. Or in the full pose of Malasana, this is where we become the garland, like a mala, a meditation mala. We bring our hands behind and hold our ankles at the back. Our elbows are inside, in front of our knees. And then the head drops. For some people, it means the forehead touches the floor. For me, it doesn't. And I'm pressing strongly into my heels the whole time. That's why I need something underneath my heels so that I can do that. Otherwise, they wouldn't touch the floor. I'm getting this lovely opening in the lower back. If you choose one of these positions, and then let's do 3 breaths together. Breathing in deeply. Breathing out. I bow to the divine within me. Breathing in deeply. Breathing out, I feel the divine around me. Warmth of the sun, my face. Breathing in. Breathing out, I bow to the divine within me and within all living beings. And then bringing the hands out if you've been draped down. And once again, choosing forward fold to rise or bringing the knees together and coming straight up. Breathing in and out. Well done. Give yourself a little well done for whatever aspect of that honored your body this morning and whatever your body responded to. And so let's just shake it out. And a little bit of bringing knees up to the chest. Swinging the arms with you. Beautiful. Now let's come down onto our mats just to settle and then well-deserved deep relaxation. So lying down, let's check back in with that happy baby pose we began with. See where we're at now. So holding the feet or the ankles or behind the knees. You might be feeling a lot more open now at the end of our practice. Make sure the low back is still on the ground. It's not peeling off the ground. And the feet, if possible, are flat towards the ceiling. And a little roll side to side. And remember how we started with our legs wide as well? Yeah, just check in here. Maybe you've got a bit more opening through those inner thighs. So either legs straight or bent, you choose. And think of it once again as massaging into that low back. And then bringing knees together and roll forward, back along the spine once again. And then we finish with the legs in the air. Bring your hips up and massage into your lower back here with your fingertips as you rest on your elbows. If you don't want to lift up into the sort of modified shoulder stand, you could use your block cushion underneath just for Viparita Karani, another juicy, beautiful place to end your practice. But if it feels good to be lifted up into a little modified shoulder stand, please feel free. Do what honors your body. Get to know what honors your body. Would like to drop the legs into a bit of a flower. I find this hard to do first in the morning, even after an hour of yoga. It's just not linger enough. Oh, thank you. Excellent. To bring my legs all the way over to touch the ground. Massaging into that low back. That's good. And then bring the legs straight up in the air. You gotta use your core to make that happen. And then bend the knees. And come down. And then cross that right leg over the left. Draw the knees apart. Use your hands to draw them apart. Notice what that offers. And then drop the legs over to the left. If it's too much with the legs crossed in this way, then just uncross them. Right arms extended and look to your right. Massage once again into your hip, into that iliotibial band, which we've had a bit of nice work strengthening and flexibility. And then bring that right arm over and give it all a bit of a tap. So hands and fists gently tapping into the hip, the low back, the iliotibial band on the outer thigh. And then come back to center. Take the legs wide. And then cross left leg over right. Draw the knees apart. Just turn it for a second. And then drop the knees over to the right. If you have a cushion or block and you need that to support so it's not drawing too much, that feels really good actually on this side for me. I've got less flexibility on this side. So I've got those, so my knees don't touch the ground, but I feel a nice stretch without overstretching. And then find a bit of spot to massage. First with just the right arm so that left arm can stay extended, keeping that lovely twist to the spine. Breathing. And then bring that left hand and a little bit of toe. Low back. You might feel one little spot, a little sweet spot. Yeah, I'll get into there. Down towards the knee. And then draw those knees back to center. Stretch both legs to the sky. Lift up, tuck the chin in. And breathe out, come down and extend through the legs. One big full body stretch. And then either bring the hands down to lie fully extended in Shavasana, or if it feels better to bend the knees and let them flop in on each other, or have a cushion underneath the knees, then you choose what would feel good. And take a deep breath in. And sigh out. Deep breath in. And then stretch your fingertips towards your legs, breathing in. Breathing out, let the hands drop. Breathing in. Flatten your low back, squeeze the buttocks, just lift it gently off the mat. Lay your legs straight forward, and then breathe out. Let the low back settle back. Breathe in, tuck the chin into the throat, look down on your body, make sure you're symmetrical on both sides. Breathe out, relax the head back down, keep that length in the back. Breathe in, squeeze the eyes, tighten shut. Breathe in, squeeze the hands, tighten shut. Breathe out, relax. Breathe in, extend the fingers wide, stretch them out. Breathe in, open the mouth wide, stick out the tongue. If the legs are extended long, then breathe in, press the heels away, press the knees into the floor. And breathe out. And then let the body be still. And attune to the support that is here. See if you can melt your way deeper and deeper into the embrace of Mother Earth. letting yourself heal. And then remembering the breath we began with, which was 5 counts in, and then yum on the out breath. And repeating that. You can do it out loud if that feels good, or just do it in your mind. It's kind of halfway between, so you just feel the throat constricting, not really making any sound. Just inside your throat. It feels good. So with Malasana, we've really woken up our Muladhara chakra, our base chakra, which is all about walking this earth with a sense of strength, support, groundedness, sense of knowing. I have everything I need within me. And that allows that strength to rise up the spine through Svadhisthana, where we can really savor both from the Buddha. If you want to know the divine, feel the wind on your face and the warm sun on your hands. Svadhisthana, we savor what's here, drink it in. And that energy can rise through Manipur, where we feel strong and capable, motivated and alive. It's good to be me and inhabiting this body. And now the heart, Anahata, to activating a little bit more now for the mantra. So we can be compassionate and generous with ourselves and with all things. From there, energy rises to the throat to express ourselves today with authenticity. To the brow, where we can look within for wisdom, trusting our intuition. And to the crown, where we remember that we are at one with all beings, oneness with all beings. So taking a deep breath in and out. And I invite you to finish your practice. 3 Oms. So coming up to sitting, or if you're in the bliss and want to stay where you like, feel free. Come to sitting, we renew the sense of the heart with one hand at the heart, the sense of our strength with one hand at Manipur, the solar plexus. And breathe in deeper to the belly. Waiting. Our hands come to our hearts, acknowledging the divine within the self, the divine with everyone who's practiced with us today, and the divine in all living beings as we bow together. Thank you, everyone, for sharing that final Malasana practice. So feel that divine warmth of the sun, the wind in your hair, and enjoy that is within yourself today.